they let him lift as an extra.
They let him lift as an extra, but I had no idea. I had never seen him before. I mean, he literally looked like he fell off a bar stool.
All right, so here is Jürgen Spice to start us off. 163 kilos. Spice opened with 165. He went 3 for 3 in the snatch earlier this year in split.
Oh, all right.
That's a surprise, and I'll tell you why. Spice has been lifting in major meets and German Bundesliga events. I mean, going back to 2000, and in a history of even in these just type of events, like 30 competitions, he's missed an opening snatch twice.
Well, we've seen a plethora of misses this weekend.
All right, so now here is Colin Burns of the U.S.
Next from Qatar.
163 kilos. He opened with 160 at the Pan Ams, went 3 for 3 there. Opened with 62 at the Senior Nationals earlier this year. So he's been hovering around this range for most of the year, but Colin is not afraid of a big jump.
No.
So I would expect him to put this away. And watch him under the bar, just perfectly symmetrical, just great movement under the bar in the snatch.
No, there you go, wait.
Oh, wow.
And the ability to do that.
That is a fantastic save.
Good lift.
The benefit of keeping the bar close to you and punching it out
and being upright.
He was able to secure that and prevent it from going back right there.
First attempt.
You don't see that very often. We've seen that once or twice this week, but you don't see it very often.
Yeah, especially when the hips roll under like that.
Yes.
That's usually the beginning of the end on an attempt, and he managed to roll back into position before he stood up. I mean, that's
great.
All right, so now we have one of 2 juniors in this group, Faris Elbach of Qatar.
Excellent attempt.
No surprise there. He makes lifts, and he does it regularly, and he does it like that. And opening here with 63, that's the heaviest I think he's ever opened with at a meet, but it doesn't look it.
That's textbook.
That's just beautiful technique. Well, he is the son of a 3-time Olympian in weightlifting, Elbach.
Oh.
So I think the family knows weightlifting.
The genes have trickled down.
That's indeed. Or did indeed. All right, so we are back to Spice.
He likes to let this clock run down.
Digging in that hook grip.
Oh, it looks like his arm's bent a little early off the floor.
See if we can see that on replay. I just didn't notice it. I wasn't.
I mean, ever so slight. I think it looked like it threw off his rhythm just a little bit.
We're going to call once again from Germany, Jürgen Spiess, 3rd and final attempt.
Well,
Looks like he's just a bit off from his normal.
And this is not a guy who bombs out, but he is on the razor's edge here. 0 for 2.
I mean, his second, his attempts are degrading, so it's just not a great sign. But as we've seen here a few times, people coming out missing their first 2 attempts, and something snaps into place, and they come back and they smoke their third.
Yeah. But in this case here, like you said, I mean, this didn't look as sharp as the opener, and he's in a spot that he's never really been in before. I don't see any history of him ever missing 2 in a row, and I don't see any history of him bombing. But at the same time, he's really going to have to step up right here and put this together. Thankfully, it was a 2-minute clock, so he wasn't rushed.
Right.
But he's going to have to, dig deep here. Room is perfectly still right now.
Oh, boy.
And
Not his day.
No, and it would have been a great reaction had he made it.
163 kilos.
So no lift, no total for Jürgen Spiess. 3 misses with 163. And very, very uncharacteristic of a, tremendous weightlifter with an excellent history on the major stage. All right,
this
so
seems
now,
like a low opener for Georgie. Is it?
No.
Okay.
Actually, no. It's a lower body weight, believe it or not, for Georgie. He's actually moved down. He used to lift, or he lifts quite a bit at like a plus 94. Like 97 kilos, something like that. But in split, he opened with 63.
Okay.
So that was the Europeans. He went on to snatch 70. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? That was nuts.
That's hard to do. Well, we've seen 2 really amazing saves so far.
That's hard to do without the twist.
Right.
Floaters, 164 kilos.
Dude, look at this.
That's fantastic.
Right here, a little shot for the camera. Almost.
Burns, 164 kilos.
You know what it was? Is as it turned, he just decided to rage his way through it a bit. Wow.
Hyun-Suk Jung. This was his first attempt from Republic of Korea.
All right, so now for the first time, we are seeing Jun Hoon-Sup of Korea. He hasn't lifted internationally since 2015. He was here at the Worlds in Houston. He placed 9th. He was a 94, and he snatched 165 there on his opener. I think he might get called for a press out here.
It's going to be close. Yeah.
Majority decision.
So a majority decision, no lift in his favor, and you could see this right as he punches out, and I think it's both arms, but I saw left more. That little movement was enough.
Boy, I'll tell you.
It's tough, but they've been consistent about it over the course of the competition, and what do? Do you go up? Do you do it again?
Well,
Probably do it again, get it on the board.
I got to get it on the board. It wasn't so convincing
that it justified going up. Okay. All right, so now here's Marco Gregorio of Brazil. This is his second World Championships. Placed third at the Pan Ams this summer in Miami. Snatched 66 on his second attempt there. Collar to collar doesn't look like enough almost. Right. He's big and long.
And that looked like it came forward right off the floor. So let's see if he can make that correction on his second attempt. And I think that's what kind of drew him forward a little bit.
Attempt number 1. To be followed
but
by
head control all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really no doubt about that. And here is Ragab Abdelhai of Egypt, two-time Olympian. He looked great in Rio. He snatched 174. He opened with 65 there. So here he is.
Oh, wow. That's
so here he is opening with 65 again.
I assume 65, 70, 74.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he crushed all of them.
Yes.
Basically like that.
Right. Nice lift.
Good lift.
He gets there in a hurry, boy. He's fast.
Loaders, 165 stays.
So a good lift here for Abdelhai.
You said that he's a snatch specialist, huh?
I don't know about he makes lifts more consistently in the snatch, but his clean and jerk is where it should be for a guy.
He's built for the clean and jerk.
Yeah, and he can do it.
Republic of Korea to be followed by.
So he's got to just make this more convincing in the reception. Got to really push hard up against the bar.
Jun Hoon-Suk,
yes,
of Korea's second attempt, missed this 165 on his opener. He was called for a press out.
So sometimes what happens after a miss like his first one, you tend to squeeze the bar really hard, and it kind of draws it forward. Instead of pushing up on the bar, they squeeze the bar, and that's kind of, I think, what we saw there.
This will be his third and final attempt.
Just left it out in front.
2 minutes is on the
clock. Everything was forward, and that puts us in our second
Islamic Republic of Iran next.
Do or die spot of this session. Jun Hoon-Suk is on a 2-minute clock with 165.
He's not going to get a break, so he's going to have to go right back out there.
He is, and the other lifter who was in this spot, Jürgen Spice, missed with 163, and we are seeing on the scoreboard, and we have not heard the announcement in the stadium, but I think it's coming. Jürgen Spice is out of the competition. He has opted not to take any clean and jerks. So
I hope he's not injured.
Yeah, he just didn't look like him, though. I mean, this is not a guy who bombs out.
Right.
So
something's up.
Something was up. All right, so now another big moment in this competition. Jun Hoon-Suk of Korea must make this to post a total. Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to get called on his right arm.
And you know it's coming. And it was going to come. And you know, the body language of the referee, I could see it.
You know, once it happens once in your series, The referees are just,
It's clear.
They're staring at it.
Yeah. And, you know, it's funny because you can tell which referee makes a decision, and the one on the right just sat back, and you could just see the look of, I got to turn this down. I got to do it. And she didn't want to, but I think, you know, just that little sit back in the chair just kind of tells you something.
You got to give him no doubt.
Yeah. All right, so now Ayub Mousavi of Iran, first attempt, 166 kilos. All right, no lift.
There must be an elbow flu going around, because it seems like it's affecting these last two lifters.
And, you know, when you see this, that elbow unlocked right away.
Yeah.
And you think he almost held on to this too long. It wasn't worth the fight once that elbow bent that way. And you can see he was hanging on to try to fight.
Yourself in trouble when you hold on to that.
But and I understand it. You know, you're a weightlifter, and you always want to fight, and you always want to get it done. But once your arm clearly unlocks that way, I don't care how crazy strong you are, and he is.
Although
you're not going to get the lift.
We did one session yesterday before. I think it was a Korean lifter snatched it. But he snatched it and caught it with a bent arm and stayed there.
Which is okay.
Well, they turned him down. I thought it was a good lift.
Oh.
But, yeah.
All right, so Mousavi had his 1 minute clock burned, so he is back out here quickly. And he is staying with this 166. He has made this weight before.
Hold it. Good.
Just let that sink in from the crowd. It's going to be twice as loud when Maradi comes out.
But it's going to be a little bit of a wait.
It is, but they are happy to see Mousavi on the board.
From the United States of America.
And again, when he punches out, that left elbow.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's just... But this was a good lift. It deserved 3 white lights. It got 3 white lights, and he is good to go. We will see where his track takes him. And now Elbak is back.
Second attempt. Shiko next from Bulgaria.
167 kilos. This is a 4-kilo jump. He has done 168. He did that in Ashgabat earlier this year. Actually, just a couple of months ago. He did it in September, but he did it on his 3rd attempt. So here he is on a 2nd attempt, taking a crack at what looks to be a personal best.
And he looked great on his opener.
Tried to wedge himself underneath there.
No lift for Hasuna.
Got a little bit more height on that bar to give him a little bit more time to get under.
167, second attempt in the snatch from Bulgaria.
It's the left side that doesn't look like it gets secured.
Iran next.
And now we are back to Shikov of Bulgaria, 167 kilos. This is a 3-kilo increment.
Had a great save on his first.
Yes, let's see if he can keep this straight. He caught it, I want to think, not much over parallel, right? I mean, it's not a real deep bottom position.
Yeah, he undercompensated that time. The first attempt, he almost lost back, and it looked like he took a little bit off this time, and he took too much off, and it was just out in front.
Which is a common
Very
thing,
common.
and it's hard to prevent, but you do have to rely on just letting your body do its thing. And
you got to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
You just got to go up there and do what you do a million times in the gym, and don't worry about making any adjustments. You just do what you do unconsciously.
Yeah.
Once you start thinking about it, forget about it. You get yourself in trouble.
So Elbach is back for his third and final attempt, 167. This will move him into the lead. So far, there have been 2 attempts taken. One of them has been his. We have yet to see a success with this weight.
Oh, same exact way he missed his second attempt.
No lift. Asuna, 167
a little out in front.
kilos. Staying with 167 kilos.
So no lift there. He will be credited with 163 kilos on his opener. But he is an up-and-coming lifter. I mean, I don't think there's any question about it. He was 5 for 6 at Rio. He looked great at the Olympics in the 85-kilo class. It was a lot of fun to watch him lift.
And we've said this before. You know, this is the first World Championships of the new quad, and athletes aren't going to be in tip-top shape for this.
Murati may prove us wrong.
Right. Maybe. Right. He might be the one.
All right, so now here is Georgi Shikov of Bulgaria. Third attempt. Almost.
Yeah. It looked a little slow.
No lid. Shikov, 167 kilos.
There.
Yeah, it was there.
You know, and I wonder if it was in the bottom position, if he lost his lock. Yeah, he rolled under a bit.
Bar is ready for
I think the bar never got 100% back to where it needed to be. But
all right, so now here's Burns, 168 kilos, 5-kilo jump for Colin.
Throw chest hard. Keep it close the whole way. Let's go, Colin. Get ready to work. Get ready to fight. Let's go.
Little trademark send-off there from Ursula.
that's right. And this is well within his wheelhouse here.
Strong. Strong.
I got the privilege of coaching him at Pan Am's, and he just makes lifts.
Oh, no. That looks like an elbow injury, so he had it punched out, and
Oh, man.
unfortunately that does not look like a good one, and this does happen occasionally. Not often. Colin has never really been injury prone,
No.
so I don't know if there was a little softness there before, but they've got him up, and we'll get him checked out. When we hear something, we will let you know.
It's always the danger of missing it behind, that elbow or that shoulder.
Well, and the other thing too is, and not to say that Colin had any pre-existing thing, but in that first attempt, he did stick under the bar for a while, and the more time underneath a heavy lift like that, the more time or the more exposed you are. So they're going to go get him checked out with this 2-minute clock running. I don't see him taking a third here, but he doesn't look.
He's got one in the bank.
It wasn't a total reversal there. He's walking around okay, but
he's not going to take his. He's not going to take his last attempt. It seems. I would not take this last attempt. Evaluate the elbow and see if you can come back for the clean and jerk.
Yeah, and you hear Colin's upset. Just in case you heard anything there, we apologize for the language, but understand it's a tough moment, and we'll see what they decide to do here with Collins' third attempt. And yeah, they're not going to take any chances. They're going to pass his third attempt in the snatch and have some time here to make a decision.
And that's exactly what they should do.
All right, so now we are back to Marco Gregorio of Brazil. 170 kilos. He tried this on his third attempt in Pan Am's. Ultimately won a silver behind Colin Burns at that meet, but was not successful with this meet, with this lift.
Too slow.
He's got one more.
Didn't, as soon as it came off the hip, it didn't accelerate. You can't make snatches if the bar doesn't accelerate off the explosion.
So this is a 2-minute clock for Gregorio.
And his bar has to go so high.
Yeah, and he's tall, but pardon the pun, that was a long pull.
Right.
I also noticed that he and Burns both used, I think they're the only two we've seen so far. They both snatched with the belt. Not that that matters with the miss, but an observation. Don't always see it as much with the heavier lifters. All right, so we're back with Ragab Abdallah of Egypt, 170, second attempt.
He's just a dynamo. I would almost say he rushes. He like
just goes one speed. It just comes off the ground hot.
He just stands right up.
Yeah.
And
this is his third and final attempt.
And you've seen it now, 2 attempts in a row. I always point it out when I see it because I love it. Rebound out of the bottom.
Yeah,
I'm
not a huge fan of that. Not in the snatch.
What's the matter? You don't like easy lifts? You don't like making lifts easy?
Point taken. I enjoy a little bit of
trauma,
a little control at the bottom, and then stand up.
All right, so now we are back to Machado. Hopefully he can do just that with 170 kilos. Third attempt.
He's got to really accelerate in a second.
Left it out in front. I think there was more on this one.
But it looked like, and I don't remember how he lifted in the past, but it looked like that bar came into him a little bit low instead of into the hip. I could be wrong.
Well, yeah, he's collar to collar. Right. You're talking about the connection point where the bar meets him when he extends, and I think you're right. It probably is across the thigh as opposed into that hip crease.
Is that normal? You think that's where he just goes?
Yeah, I don't think he's. Okay. I think he's got no choice because of his height.
Right. He needs an 8-foot bar.
Yeah. All right, so now we're back to Ayub Mousavi of Iran. Third attempt, 171 kilos. He's tried this before, has not been successful with it yet. Hopefully,
very nice.
Until now, there was a little flick on that right elbow, and I have to hope this is a good lift.
That's a good lift.
And it was.
Very nice.
And just for the purposes of safety, gonna look around at the jury, and I see some hands on some chins, but I don't see conversation.
172 kilos.
You notice that right arm, just that little flick. But I don't think it was enough to turn it down, and thankfully the referees did not either. And now we have 172 for the opening attempt of Oremus Ditsbalis. And if you've never seen him lift,
It's a lot of fun.
It can be an adventure for a couple of different reasons. He is a great lifter. He is unbelievably strong, but his overhead position can be a little suspect. He sometimes does get called for soft elbows when he punches out. Now that one just went out in front a little bit. You look at him and I don't understand how he can weigh 94 kilos.
He has hollow bones.
He is huge.
So he just received word that Colin Burns has withdrawn from the competition.
By the same athlete. 70 Uzbekistan next.
So Burns is out. Does make sense. We are running a 2-minute clock, it looks like, on Ditsbalis at 172. You see the way the bar came off the ground on that first one. I mean, just lightning fast. I mean, maybe his body was a little bit behind it. I think he will make the correction here. He has snatched over 180, and he has done that this year. So this is a weight he can handle.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know how he weighs 94 kilos.
He's huge.
Ooh, wow.
No lid. Ditsbalis, 172 kilos.
This was
Floaters, 170
a similar
kilos.
situation for Ditsbalis in Rio.
He's moved up. Loaders, 172 kilos.
It doesn't
now.
look hard. It just looks out of position.
Yeah, on the bottom position. It doesn't look like his elbows are bending in Rio. It's not press-up problems. It's just
not in the right spot.
He's not catching it where he normally does. All right, so now we are back to the Egyptian lifter, Regab Abdelhai. 172. Is how you cap off a series. 3 for 3 for Abdelhai. 172 moves him into the lead. And he does this. He is 3 for 3 in every major competition he's been in, going back to 2013. He hasn't missed a snatch at a major event since 2013. And I'm not talking two competitions, you know. It's like 10, it's like 8 competitions.
That's great.
I mean, the guy just doesn't miss snatches. All right, so Sabarov is being announced with 75, and if you think about strategy in the back and things and what people are capable of, his last warm-up was 175. So he has made this already.
Right.
Now he needs to make it official. So 175 kilos, first attempt. Farkadbek Sabarov of Uzbekistan, junior world champion this year.
Wow. What did he
That
lift
happened
at the
quick.
Worlds?
180, 3 for 3. Opened with 70, and his best is 81, and I don't think that's going to be for too long.
That's the request by Soda.
Look at how that finishes.
Islamic Republic of
Beautiful.
Iran. First attempt.
So if 181 is his best, I think that we'll only be able to say that for a few more minutes because that looked incredible. All right, so Murati is on the bar with 176 kilos.
The current world champion. I mean, the current world record holder in the total.
And Olympic champion.
And Olympic champion. No, we don't know what kind of shape he's in, but we'll see in a second.
Well, he opened with 76 in Ashgabat when he broke the world record. I think he's in good shape.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
I see a bar go up like that, and I wonder if it's loaded correctly. I mean, and we're looking right at it, and it is, and I just can't believe it.
Staying with 176. Farkotbek, Sabirov, Uzbekistan, second
Right
attempt.
on the body.
I mean, it's a parallel. He catches it.
Yeah, he catches it at parallel and still slingshots right up. It's lifting on another level.
So now we got a little, we're gonna have a little bit of a game now.
176 kilos.
3 lifters
now
remaining.
From Lithuania.
Ditsbalis on his 3rd attempt, missed his first 2, moved up 4 kilos. If he makes this, he's in the game, wins a medal. No, don't know what color yet. If he misses, it's a bomb out. And he has made it, and that left arm is just fine.
That's great.
That's a good lift. And Ditsbalis
I love that. That's fantastic.
176 kilos.
is going to be a medalist in the snatch. The question is what color, and just look at this.
For their second attempt. Up first.
Man, he's got ice water in his veins. That was a great lift.
He's also got a ton of experience, and the two combined together to pull you out of a dangerous place. This is now 2 major meets in a row where he has treaded that line and pulled it off. And now we are back to Sabirov, 177, playing it conservative.
I mean, you couldn't get 3 guys, 3 different. The body types of these 3 guys couldn't be more different.
But to still look incredible.
But they're all doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Hold it.
Wow.
Right to the edge of the platform, but not off of it.
Good lift. Sabirov, 177 kilos.
And he's got a great finish. That's twice in a row he's moved forward from the bottom position, but just that punch out.
He just, from the time the bar leaves the ground until he catches it, he's just accelerating.
Yeah.
He and the bar.
Yeah.
It's the whole time. It's beautiful.
Murati once more. He'll wait.
And now we are down to our final 3 attempts of this session, and I wonder how aggressive Murati's going to get. I mean, Sabirov...
I think it's going to depend upon how aggressive Sabirov gets.
Well, Sabirov has tried 81, has made 81.
Sabirov's moved up. 181
he did that
kilos, please.
in September when he did his best ever 391 kilo total. That is his best official snatch. And he's got it loaded right now, and Murati just moved to 82.
Loaders, 182 kilos.
We are
now.
creeping closer and closer to the world record.
So Sabirov has selected 85, and I wonder. So if Murati makes 82, I think we're going to see
a drop down.
Yes, from Sabirov. And depending how that goes, we could see an attempt at a world record.
Right.
So
Because
you want to see Murati make this lift is the point.
Murati's going to have one more attempt after this.
Right.
And Sabirov, his next attempt is his last.
Right. There's movement there. I hope this is not
that's gonna
turned
be
down.
fine.
It should be fine.
That'll be a good
3
one.
white lights.
But it was not as, well, who am I kidding? It was a great lift.
You want to start the sentence, but it's just not worth it. Because, I mean, look at this.
I mean, it's 108. It's 182 kilos. It's great lift.
183. He's
All right,
down,
2 for 2 for Murati.
We're going to call now.
And historically, Murati has a bigger clean and jerk than Saburov. So he could take a crack at the world record regardless of what Saburov does here.
It would come down to ego here.
Yeah, what do you want? Do you want the gold medal of Worlds, or are you ready to take a crack at the world record? What's your plan? What are you more interested in today? And we'll see what the decision is in a bit. Right now,
I don't think Saburov can hang with Murati in the clean and jerk.
And by the way, that drop down occurred while Murati was on the platform. The Uzbeki coaches moved Saburov down to 183, and that's what he's going to take here on his third attempt to move into the lead. So he has already secured a silver medal in the snatch. The question is, what will the silver medal winning number be?
And this will be his personal best.
Yes. Oh,
wow. That was fantastic. This kid is unbelievable. So now Murati's got to make a decision. Does he want to win the gold in the snatch, or does he want to set the world record?
Right.
I don't think he's going for world record. That's a big jump.
184 kilos.
I mean, again, and the ability to stay under the bar here and just stabilize and bring it home. And this is just great.
Islamic Republic of Iran, third attempt.
All right, and to answer your question, Sean, or the way that you're thinking about it, right now, Murati has been called for 184, and it does look like that is what he will take.
And I think this is the right call.
It's a call. It's a choice. I mean, if he was ready to take something more, 189 is a big number.
7-kilo jump from your second attempt in the snatch is a big number. That's big.
It's a world record that's old for a reason.
Right. Good point.
So now here is Murati, Sohrab Murati, third attempt, 184.
And his
gold
second
medal in the snatch. The second looked heavier than that.
Yes. Wow. That was fantastic. That was a great series. Great series. Fantastic.
It was a great display of weightlifting in every way imaginable.
In 10 minutes time with a clean and jerk with the men's 94.
He actually had to get down there a little bit to catch it.
IWF weightlifting world
So I guess we can say 100. Mid-180s is what it takes to press Murati toward the limit.
If you'd like your picture taken on the platform of this World Championships, USAW
so there is your gold
Sanchez
medalist in the
right
snatch.
in the middle, behind the jury table.
Sohrab Murati,
Let you up there and let you have
joined
your
by a
picture
very
taken
special coach.
Yes.
right here on this platform of greatness.
It's a big piece of man.
He was competing on Tuesday
night, and that we're ready for the showdown there. Just great lifting in this whole series, and looks like that is Saburov getting checked out. That is Saburov back there. Hopefully just getting attended to in between the snatch and the clean and jerk. Sometimes that happens. Guys will get a little sore. He did stay down in that bottom position for a while. Burns, we have received word, as you mentioned, he has withdrawn from the competition. Ditsbalis saved off a bomb out in exchange for a bronze medal.
Yeah, he turned a terrible day into a bronze medal. I mean, that's fantastic.
Well, seems like it's his thing, and he's positioned for a fight in the clean and jerk and in total. And Saburov just went to get a little bit of ice. He will have plenty of time, we hope, before he comes out for his opener in the clean and jerk, but maybe not so much. I mean, his opening clean and jerk is 200. Hopefully that's not the real number. And we do see that a lot, you know, where a declared weight is not what they intend. So if he does intend to clean and jerk, he will need to get moving soon, because 195, 192, then 195, you know, he's maybe got to count to 4 or 5 after the competition starts before he'd be out on the platform.
That is correct.
So I don't think 200's a real number for his opener.
And what did he do at Junior Worlds?
Here are the results in the snatch. B session lifted earlier this morning, and if we didn't mention it, Bodhi Santavi, unbelievable 165. He looked great. Santavi of Canada. And to answer your question on Sabarov, at the Junior Worlds, he snatched 180.